Alright, hello everyone. Let's do this. Quick. And you can sleep early today. Alright, Pascal's triangle. Given integer number of rows, return the first number of rows Pascal triangle. Okay. You remember how it's done, right? Yeah, it's just adding the values, and then we create the new ones. So I think we just need to create the first one. Right, we'll create the first one, and then new one we just, well actually no, we need to create the first two. Those are the special cases. And then we can just, the new one, we use the previous to create. Yeah, okay. That's fine, we can do that. Pascal's triangle. So if num rows is equal to 1, right, we'll return new array list. Oof. I forgot. How do we initialize array list? Turn array into array list. Arrays.asList. Arrays.asList. I think it's this. Does it work? Array initialization is not allowed here. Gosh. Come on. Come on. Ugh. Okay. Alright, a list, actually it's list integer res equals new array list. Okay. And then res dot add. We have push. New array list, arrays dot as list. Oh, I think it's a new int 1. It just doesn't work. Yeah, shoot. I don't see any other way. First row, right? Wait, do we have another way to do this? Nah, I don't think we have another way to do this. Yeah, it's not allowed, I guess. Let's just do this. Right, we add this, and then we say res dot get 0 dot add 1. If, then we'll return res. Okay, so handle first row. handle second row res dot add new array list res dot get 0 dot add all one. Call it twice. If none rows equal to 2, return res. Alright, now we're gonna boom business. Handle the others. For int I equal to 3, I smaller equal to none rows, plus plus. Alright, for each one, res.add new array list and res.get. Oh, it's not 0. That's 1. Get I minus 2. Alright. This is 0, 1, 2, 2 minus 1. Dot add 1. Okay, and then we shall say for a int value of res.get I minus 2. All right. Res.get I minus 1 dot add that's actually not right. No, that's not right. We need to use j. Int j equal to 0, j is smaller than res.get I minus 2 dot length dot size j minus 1 j plus plus, and then we're gonna do res.get I minus 2. We can do list integer last row I minus 2. Okay, all of this become last row, right? How about we do this? List integer current row equals to new array list. All right, and then we don't do this. We simply say current row dot add 1. Now we get a last row. Now we can say current row dot add last row dot get j plus last row dot get j plus 1, right? Now we do blah 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 current row dot add as the last one, and then we say res dot add current row. Perfect. And I think this is actually can be handled here. Oh, get let's just get the last one, res dot size minus 1. Then we'll return res. Okay. Hey, hold on. I'm missing one. Oh, it should be start with 2. So 0. Oh yeah, should be 2. There's 1, there's 2. Yeah, Python would be much easier for this, honestly. It's just, not really a big fan of having to start up everything from scratch. Yeah, but I guess it's fine. Okay, where is our stuff? On 18. Nothing now to say. I think this is actually not that bad, right? It's actually not that bad. I think Python can use very. I did do 2 though. You don't have to do 2. Alright, anyway, so we're done with this. Let's back to JavaScript. Okay. Filter elements from array. Given an array and a filter function, return a filtered array. The function takes 1 or 2 arguments. Array I number from the array I index. Filter array should only contain the elements from the array for which the expression evaluates to a truthy value. Truthy value is a value where this returns true. Right? Solve it without using the filter function. Map. Right? We can do map. So let's map this thing. Array.map. But you cannot map though. You cannot map. Because map you have to return something. Unless I'm wrong. If function. Oh. Screw you. Array I and I truthy. Oh, okay. Just, tell me how to do it truthy. Then we say rest.append. Right. I think this shall work. Did it work? I think it's push. Yeah. I want to submit this and then see. Can you solve this with? Oof, it's slow. Can you even map? Do you delete? You swap. How do you swap? If it's not good, we just swap it. Filtered index. Oh yeah, it's good. Filtering, let's move on. And this, if it's not good, then I will. Basically, it's like 2 pointers. 1 pointer, if it's good, then we just swap it. Right? Then I keep going on. If it's not good, then we just skip. If it's not good, yeah, it's initially we have 2 pointer. 1 pointer is the actual index. The other point is this. That's actually we can try this. This is actually a good method. Because it make it space wise, right? So we'll change, so in place 2 pointers. So we say let j equal to 0, right? And then if maybe I can just do this directly. Hold on. Truly, how did you handle truly? You just do it directly. They just do it directly. And I guess you can do it directly. Right? If it's true, then we need to swap with j. Then we say let temp equal to array. J. No, array I. Because when I swap, so then array but the j is pointing to the next one you need to do. So you don't even need. So it's just when this happens, we can just say array j equal to array I, and then j plus plus. Right? Yeah, 2 pointer. One going forward. If it's good, we go forward. If it's good, we go forward. If it's bad, I will go forward. J stay there. Yeah. Yeah. And so array dot slide. So JavaScript. And not inclusive. So I can just say, oh, I can do minus. Animals.slice -2. From this to the end. 0, 1, 2 to the end. So all I need to do is return array.slice from 0 towards j. Because j is pointing to the 1. That's not ready yet. Does it work? Yep. Good. You don't need to swap. You just in place 2 pointers, but modify array. Okay, so I'm done. Moving on. Apply transform over each element. It's basically map, right? Yeah, it's basically a map. Let's do it. Let's do it in place. Actually, no, we don't do it in place. Yeah, we can do it in place, but that's not the right way to implement math. So we'll do this way. For a of array rest.append. Oh my goodness. Array.length function. We have the call array I and then I. If you think about it, JavaScript does, from time to time, you feel Java in it, but it's not. Oh my goodness. You go attend it again? Append again. The influence of Python cannot be overstated. Like this, they all have different ways, right? JavaScript is push, and Java is append. I'm pretty sure some other language will use a different way. Promise time limit. Given async function and a time in t millisecond, return a new time limited version of the input function. Fn takes argument provided to the time limited function. The time limited function should follow these rules. If the Fn completes within the time limit, the time limited function should resolve with a result. If the execution of Fn exceeds the time limit function, should reject with a string. Time limit exceeded. Okay, so time limited will pass a function and with a limit of time, and then this limited it's a function. I'm gonna call it with whatever, because this function will call whatever, and once it's called, it will resolve at 150, and then we need a catch. Fn is also asynchronous, right? So Fn is asynchronous on time t. Return a new time limited function. So when we call the Fn, we need to await, right? And as we await for it to resolve, so this one has a time limit, and this one has, so on the outside you can say await for this amount of time, then you're going to resolve, right? Then you're going to resolve, but the inside has not finished yet. So when outside is finished, then we need to check the inside, see if it has resolved. If it's resolved, then yeah, it's good. Set time limit, right? Well, set time limit. And then it will return a promise. Right? Or return a promise. And in this promise, oh. Yeah, 120 and it allows 150. What's the syntax of this promise? I forgot. What's the syntax? There we go. Oh, resolve reject. Okay, so it's a resolve and a reject. So inside, I'll call the other function. I'll call this function as well. And then once the outer function is timed out, so we need the timeout, we need to call, the inner will need to be finished. Right? The inner needs to be finished. So we can, I don't know, set timeout. Right? So we have the async function in the inside. So first of all, we need to await as async. So we can await function calling args. And this will take time. But the whole thing needs to be wrapped in a set timeout. Oh, we need to return a promise. I'll return a so result shall be this, right? So you start so both need to execute at the same time. And when one ends and the other one is still waiting, how do I know the other one is still waiting? Yeah, and how do I know one is finished executing? No idea. How do I check, right, when a function, and you can now wait for the first one to finish, right? So you have to keep track on the time. So you need to run, right? And then you need to wait a certain amount of time and check. It doesn't make any sense. No, it does not make any sense, because if you run the function, everything will be halt, right? Everything is in halt. Unless you can run that function in a thread. Is that what you're looking for? You can return a copy of a function. What the? Return a copy of a function with function outer. Return function inner. Wait, what? An outer function or return inner function? The hell? We have an outer function, okay? So we have a function which also return an inner function which return actual param. Hold on, I think what it means is you return a function, okay? Yeah, because this one returns a function. Whatever it is, it returns a function. And then you call the function. Right? Then you call the function. You call the function. And once you call the function, so you have an outer function, right? And actually pass in and then you call it. And let's say the outer function has the time limit. Yeah, it doesn't make sense still. When the outer function is done, we'll try to call the inner function. No. I don't know. What else do we have? Return the inner function. So outer function, so the actual return value is in the inner function. And the inner function, I'll get this parameter and I'll call it. And this will return that. So this is saying when you call the limited, when you call this, right? When you call this, you're already calling this. So what you're saying is when you call this, you actually already directly call this. But we have something wrapped on the outside, which means when you start calling this, something on this side is already starts to do, right? So if this is done early, because you have to return the fn, right? You have to return a function. We have to return a function. And then this function will take the arguments and basically call it. Okay. So now it's waiting. Now on the outside, You can start a timer as well. Yeah, on the outside you start a timer once this function is called. Once this function is called, time limit, right? You call this function and return this. When this is called, this is already starting to count the time, right? Already started to count the time. And then you call this, and then you're waiting. So now the two timer happens at the same time. Okay, that makes sense. So two happens at the same time. Now one of them will end early. If whatever this ends early, can we just reject? So we can say we wait for that amount of time. And then what? Check the result. If the result is out there, then we resolve. Otherwise, we reject. So what are you saying? I have no clue what I'm saying. Okay, so we need to return a function. Right, this is the function, so we need to return a function. We'll return an async function, right? We'll return an async function who returns an actual function. Yeah, so we get this, right? And then return a function that's limited. And once it calls, we need to call fn. What if I say this has to await function call args. Right? I return a function. Time limit. We pass the fn and we pass the timer, right? And then this need to return. If it returns fn itself, then when you call this, you're actually calling fn. So on the outside, we have a time limit. So when we call this function, I shall return a promise, right? This one shall return a promise. I'm gonna try to solve this tomorrow. I'm really tired. Can't even open my eyes. Yeah, I'll do this tomorrow.